In the deep darkness, where reality and fantasy merge into one, do you dare to enter the unknown world? So let's get to the story. The incident that I will tell you today is the story that I am telling till the horror ride. My name is Jack and I was student of the class 10 at that time. When the incident happened, the year was 1999. I had was passed a big exam called SSC exam. There was a big vacation we had and I had to gonna out for a long time for the exam. So I asked my father a little to take me anywhere, but he didn't agree because my younger brother had an annual exam. How could he leave his brother and he would be not be able to skip the exam? Understanding the matter, I did not ask him to touch. I told them that some of my friends had a program for a week after the SSC exam and they said that if I wanted to go, then I would inform them. Although my sister later refused to agree, but she agreed to do so. I was very quite happy to get permission. I immediately informed my friends that I was going to with him. So there are 7 of us going. Our journey will be in my friends Rafi Abdul microbus. Our journey is to my friend's father's grandfather's house. His father's grandfather's house, Naogaon. His father's grandfather had a very big laundress house. I had ever seen it before, so I was little more execute to see it. The decide they come. It takes 5 to 6 hours to travel from Dhaka to Naogaon. I had a lot of fun on this 5 to 6 hours journey. When I arrived in Dhaka, I saw that it is a very cute old. I had a feeling a laundrette from the past, but I was not happy to see the house. I looked cute, shocky. It was 2-story house and from inside the house there is a long veranda going upwards. There are rows of rooms in row. There is a caretaker named Rahmat. In just a few hours we got to know him well. Rahmat Kaka and his wife live here. Before that, there was a son. He died of a heart attack a few years ago. Since then, the 2 of them have been living alone. When I asked about son, they would avoid me, so I didn't bother lunch about this matter. We had a good time for the first 3 days. There was no problem at all. I won't find any fault with the food. Rahmat Uncle also took good care of us. His wife used to make us delicious breakfast every afternoon. One day, we were all standing in the kitchen, wondering that auntie would make today. Suddenly I noticed that auntie's hand screamed longer than before. She had put the hand inside the stove. I was shocked and grabbed my eyes with my own hand and looked at her length again. But no, her hand is normal. Thinking it was my mistake, I didn't tell everyone. I completely ignored the matter. But there was a differently I feeling inside my heart. So I told Aside and asked who. I called. Did you put your hand inside the stove? She told me. Or did you tell me the opposite side? I didn't think much about whether I was forward or not. Anyway, after finishing the dinner with 7 friends, we were chatting a little on our balcony. While chatting, it was midnight and the 4 of us slept together at night. On the other hand, us 3 of the slept together and the 4 of us called until late at night. So I called them many times to ask what happened, but they didn't open the door. Because when I was a child, I used to say that if someone makes a noise at the door at night, then didn't open it. When there was no noise, we want to open the door. After a while, suddenly the rock called again and said, "The Babu has come real work downstairs. Please forgive him. We will went downstairs." But there was no one there. We thought Rahmat Uncle may have gone to this room. So we walked towards his room, but Rahmat Uncle was not there. Even the auntie was not there. In search of him, we left the house and started walking along the road of the bill. Walking a little further, we saw Rahmat Uncle. He was sitting on a seat in the middle of the river. We went to him and asked him, "What are you doing here at this time of night and why are you calling us? What is your business?" He did not answer. He was mastering something in his mind. It was screamed that he might be speaking another language. After a while, he looked at us with a little panic in his body. He told us, save my son. They will kill my son." We said, "They will kill your son?" And you said, "Your son died of a heart attack?" He again did not answer, and he ran towards of the banyan tree. In the distance, we also ran after him. I saw a black thing was sitting in the banyan tree. It fell on the ground like a tree. Looking at the curious were following, saying, "Don't kill me." Suddenly I saw the black shape coming down from close. The auntie was slowly approaching us, holding a post, saying that my friends ran away. I stood there. It screamed like I tried to run away, but I could not. My whole body became older than I see. Suddenly, as I looked at my friends, I saw him standing behind me and holding me with his hand on stone. He wasn't letting me space. I didn't even have a strength to scream. Suddenly my uncle turned his to look for my back and whispered in my ear, "Tomorrow night I will burning a handful and ashes from the crematorium in the neighborhood village called Talapukur. I will leave it under this banyan tree and go away, and if the tale you not to tell anymore, it will immediately disappear into the air." I could not faint it. When I realized consciousness in the morning, I found myself laying in bed. I could not understand whether what happened last night was real or dream. Before I could ask the rest of my friends that happened last night, my uncle entered the room and closed up in the hands together and come to my side. "Remember that, or else I will suffer a great loss." If I didn't keep it a secret, I tried very hard to understand. I would tell a good pet about it, but I didn't have the courage. If he killed me, everyone will fall asleep at night with courage. I set off towards the cemetery. My uncle had already told me where the cemetery was, so I didn't feel the need to tell him. While walking along the road to the river, I saw my uncle sitting on the beach in the middle of the river, just like yesterday. It was spreading in abundance. Tears were filling from my eyes in fear. But even then, it was a duty to save lives. After finishing the road to the river, I reached the ghost where I would go to the village on the both sides of the river. Since I was so late at night, there was no boat there. I saw a boat coming from somewhere with a elephant in the hand. Immediately after seeing the boat, I said, "Can you take me to both sides of the river?" I agreed to pay double for fare. In the middle, he said, "No fare required." I was quite surprised when I said, "I will take you just like that." I also get up and said, "I will take you to the other side of the river." He offered me more, that if you want to come across the river, I will give you the word again. Almost I was surprised. I was happy and said thank you very much and started towards the cremation ground. After walking for a long time, I saw a signboard next to it and a side cremation ground. I started walking along the path shadow on the signboard. After walking for a while, I saw a large signboard that said Plum Pond Crematorium Ground. Soon I was entered the cremation ground. I felt a warm breeze passing through me and I started to increase. I was just looking here and there, but I could not find the ashes. Suddenly I saw a white shakes leaning against the wall of the crematorium. As soon as I opened the sack, I saw a handful of ashes. I put the polythene bag laying next to me and gave them to someone. When I reached the gate, I saw that the gate was closed. This time May was increased even more. We should close the gate from somewhere at such a late hour. Besides, when I afraid it was open, and suddenly I could hear a sound of singing in a sad tone. I could not control myself. I was just running here and there who told me, when suddenly I saw a young woman singing behind a turmeric tree in the middle of the cremation ground with a veil on her head. I have never heard such a beautiful song and such a sweet voice. I ran to her and asked who she was, and even I saw that he was removed the veil. My body was numb, and then I opened my eyes and my face was covered in black and saliva was dripping from my mouth, pouring out both eyes. Unable to bear in anymore, I lost consciousness, and it took me 2 days to regain consciousness. After 2 days, I regained consciousness and found myself laying at home. My younger brother was near my head. I asked him why I was here, and he said it was morning. My friends, unable to find me, asked Rahmat Uncle where I saw. He said I had gone to the crematorium in the nearby village called Talpukur. Hearing that I didn't listen even after being told to do so, my friends went there to look for me and saw me laying unconscious there. They hired an ambulance and took me home. I told my father why I lost consciousness there, and my father and mother took me to Tangail next day. There was a pond my grandmother know in the Tangail. I don't know if he is still alive. After telling me everything, Kabir gave me a talisman and he on who told me to do. He was a Jinn and Rahmat Uncle did black magic, and that Jinn was Rahmat Uncle pet. He wanted to use me to perform his black magic, and his thing I saw the crematorium was a good Jinn who helped me escape from black magic. And yes, my father was a policeman, so Rahmat immediately arrested someone. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more story. Thank you.